Neil from BevNet here. We're back at the Long Beach Convention Center. I'm joined right now by Humm Kombucha co-founder Jamie Danek. Jamie, thanks for joining us.
Neil, happy to be here.
How's the show treating you?
Really, really good. We're having a
show.
blast.
I should say conference. It's more of a conference than a trade show. I think the last time we spoke was in October when Humm Kombucha became the first kombucha to be at an NFL stadium, CenturyLink Field, with the Seattle Seahawks. And I can see you're still kind of celebrating that victory. So how has that played out over the months that have kind of followed? How did that experience treat you guys?
The experience was awesome. We basically went from nobody in CenturyLink Stadium or any of the players or any NFL fans to even know what kombucha was to probably sampling out to 10,000 fans over the last 3 months. 10,000. Wow. We've had about 7 to 8 kombucha people running around with these t-shirts on and sampling out kombucha and telling people about kombucha and educating.
Wow, and you know, I think most people don't think of an NFL stadium as your conventional kombucha crowd. How did you find, what was the feedback you were getting, or did you I don't know, I'm just curious as to kind of how that went and what you were hearing, what the feedback was from people, and also what the feedback was from the players, because I understand that some players have been drinking it as well.
So the deal with the Seattle Seahawks is this, 2 things, the fans and the players. It had to be both. It couldn't just be, we couldn't just get our kombucha into the fans because that didn't feel like a real partnership. It really had to be, the players had to be drinking this stuff every day, or at least have access to it so that they could be feeling good along with everybody else. The fans, you know, it was interesting. They didn't know what it was. Nobody. As a matter of fact, like I'd say maybe 1/8% of the people that we sampled, over 10,000 people in 5 games. Wow. We went to this thing called Touchdown City, and we had a big Humm Kombucha booth, and we had a bunch of Hummsters running around giving people samples of kombucha and educating, telling them what it is, why it makes you feel good, drink it every day, and it could change your life or not. And we got people super excited. They were drinking it. They liked it. First game, we sold 1, maybe 2 glasses. By the last game, maybe 50. So this is a process. This is going to take some time. Yeah. The really good news about this, though, is the players. So we got a Humm Kombucha kegerator in the cafeteria at the Seattle Seahawks training center. And so every Seattle Seahawks player has to drink a smoothie every day with Humm Kombucha in it. So the nutritionist is totally bought into the benefits of kombucha, the B vitamins, the probiotics, the special acids, all the good stuff about kombucha. And every player has to have a smoothie with Humm Kombucha in it, as well as they can go up to the kegerator anytime, all day, and be drinking the kombucha. So the Seahawks weren't doing so well this year, if you noticed.
Yep.
Okay, so like 4 days before the turn, we put a kegerator into the cafeteria. They started drinking the kombucha and they started playing a lot better. Now, I'm not saying it was the kombucha only, but I'm definitely pretty sure it had something to do with the kombucha.
I don't know if you want to share that secret with all the other teams. I guess it depends on your Seahawks fandom. I know last year you guys had authorizations, with Haralambos in LA, and you guys entered Colorado as well. Are there any new kind of distribution gains that heading into the new year?
So we had something huge happen this year. We had a 7-Eleven corporate call from Texas, 7,000 stores. And they said, hey, we really like you guys. You guys want to be in all our stores? Swear to God. And we said, nope, but we'll be in like 600. So we just launched like 2 weeks ago, every 7-Eleven up and down the Pacific Northwest and in California.
Wow.
Yep. So we're going to give that a try and see how it goes. They're doing this whole like fresh and easy set, or like a natural set, and they chose Humm Kombucha out of a lot of kombuchas. They did a taste test without us even knowing, and they chose Humm, and they called us up and said, hey, we want to partner with you guys, and we're like, okay, this sounds like a good idea. 7,000 stores at once might be a little much for us, so if we can like slowly work our way there. And so 7-Eleven's a big one, and then King Soopers we just launched in Colorado, which is a pretty big chain. And then we were doing a lot with the Kroger network. So Fred Meyer just gets launched in the next 2 weeks. We have tags already up.
Wow. So with these gains in distribution, are you guys kind of ramping up your production capacity in any way?
We are.
Oh.
We are in the process of building a much bigger facility.
Very cool.
Yes.
The last thing I wanted to ask you about, Jamie, was the KBI verification program earlier today.
Yeah.
Your colleague Mike, the project manager at Humm, was talking about the program and kind of how vital it is. And I think seeing here at the conference what what a collective front kind of the industry appears to be taking. What can you tell me? I know you're really involved with KBI in the program. What can you tell me about the program and kind of how important it is for the kombucha industry?
I mean, this program is vital. It is a standardization of what the kombucha is. It's so that the customer understands what is actually in the bottle and that we're all talking the same language. Whether it's sugars, alcohol, what's in it, flavorings, how you make your kombucha, whether it's raw, powdered, concentrate, whatever it might be. It's just a way to standardize so that we're all talking the same language and then the consumers can understand much more of what's happening. So the idea is we come together as a force, together as a group. We collaborate together to come up with one standardization. It's a stamp. It's called the KBI Verified Seal. We'll get all the retailers to buy into it and say why it's so important, not only for standardization, but also for that we're complying with laws, that we're complying with good standard health practices, all these types of things that make it so that the retailer will feel really good about putting this product with this stamp in their store.
Great. Well, Jamie, thanks so much for joining us today, and look forward to hearing more and checking out that new facility at some point.
Thanks, Neil. Great talking to you.
All right.